Now, I don't know if this is hyperbolic to say, but I really do feel like Nintendo need to win me back with the Switch 2. And that's not to say that I don't love the Nintendo Switch. I've loved it for the last 7 years. It's been an amazing system, probably the best system Nintendo has ever had. And that is mainly due to its hybrid capacity, as well as just amazing first-party support. Honestly, most years we're usually getting a game a month, which is just amazing output from any company. But when it comes to Switch, like the first year with Breath of the Wild, then ending in Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it never really slowed down apart from COVID. I don't know if that was due to COVID or not, but Nintendo Switch has been an amazing system, and if anybody out there doesn't have one, I would easily recommend to go and pick up one, especially on sale, or maybe wait for Switch 2 and enjoy that backwards compatibility. But why I say that maybe I need Nintendo to win me back with Switch 2. We've got to say something out front first. Am I buying a Switch 2 day one? Absolutely I am. I am 100% buying a Switch 2 day one. And that is for the first-party games. The first-party games are some of my favorites in the whole games industry. Nintendo's my favorite publisher by far, I dare say. When I really put them all together. I really love PlayStation games as well, but Nintendo just, just the amount of fun and creativity in that, and like a lot of their best games, is just so much fun. And especially where I am in my life at the moment, I've got a 2-year-old son and just a newborn daughter as well. I can see myself Nintendo stepping up in my life, being an activity we do together. It isn't just me in bed playing Mario Kart or playing Mario Odyssey or whatever by myself. It becomes like a family affair I can see like in another 4 years. So, of course, I'll own a Nintendo Switch too. There's no doubt about it. But the last couple of years, honestly, maybe even the last 3 or 4 years, I have been feeling sort of like I've been wanting more out of Switch. Switch is great because you turn it on, you play your game, and then if something disturbs you or you need to move on, you hit the power button, boof, and then you can suspend it and boot it up whenever you want. It's so convenient. But I am really sort of missing some extra bells and whistles that you get on PlayStation, that you get with Steam, Xbox, hell, even in some cases you get on Epic Games Store and iPhone. It is getting a little bit ridiculous when it comes to some of these just nice things. And it largely comes down to just the online infrastructure with Nintendo Switch. Because personally for me, this year with Switch being in its twilight years, a lot of third-party games aren't coming to it. And even I guess the more 3D type indie games, they're also not performing very well on Switch. A lot of games, it's the worst place you could possibly buy it is on Switch. And it kind of sucks. For example, Penny's Big Breakaway, it's a 3D platformer that came out at the start of this year from Private Division. And that game was 30 frames a second on Switch, and then on Steam Deck and PlayStation and that, you could play at 90 frames, 120 frames. It was just not even close. I think there was a patch that made it 60 frames, which, makes it a much better experience, but it's just becoming a little bit too common. This thing is just getting a little bit too old. So I kind of stopped buying my games on it, apart from the first-party titles. And don't get me wrong, I've been really enjoying even unique titles like Emio on Switch this year, but my Switch playtime has gone way down from previous years. 2017 to about 2020 or even 2022, I played pretty much exclusively on Switch. there's so many games, I've only got so much time. So the first party games, indie games, and the odd third party game from a bigger publisher filled in my time quite well. But in 2024, I've just gotten the PS5 Pro. I've had a PS5 before as well. And I really love having a really good friends list, achievements or trophies on the PlayStation side of things. A shopping experience that doesn't just die when you're trying to sort through a big list of games on sale, for example. There's just some things that Switch is lacking at the moment. And I don't really see Nintendo fixing it with Switch 2. Obviously, I'm just sort of at the moment sitting back and like seeing what they do. Will they, bring some, I guess, expected features to the Switch 2, or will it just be the Switch, a bit bigger, a bit nicer, but still without achievements, still without a robust friends list, and all of these things that you sort of want from a modern system. Personally, for me, I feel like what will really cement my third-party game purchases on Switch 2 would be a really unique feature, something like what the 3DS had with Street Pass. If Switch 2 had Street Pass where, you're going around and you're like interacting with people, it's like swapping things in your games, it's got like something like the puzzle plaza and stuff that the 3DS had. It was just so much fun because it made the 3DS not into just like a game device. It made it into like a companion device that you always want on with you. It makes it like into a toy, not in the bad way, not like a toy that you can't play with as an adult, but it's like, you've got your phone, that's always in your pocket. You need it to contact family and probably just waste time on social media when you're sitting on the bus or something like that. Whatever your day-to-day life looks like. But with Street Pass, you're always like, well, I should bring that too because I might interact with people, and then it forces you to like have it on you and bring it out and play it instead of like mucking around on the on the phone and things like that. So I could see that being a really unique feature, and say like Monster Hunter Wilds next year, you can imagine that on Switch 2 with Street Pass. And it would just be a completely unique feature that you can't get on your PlayStation 5, your PC, or your Xbox. And I think that would really set apart what Nintendo's doing compared to what the other consoles are doing. Because obviously the consoles, they stay in their place, they do their thing in your living room. But I feel like Nintendo need to play more into their form factor. And even their competitors at the moment, the biggest one being Steam with the Steam Deck, it is just like a really convenient PC that you can tinker with and put a bunch of games on and just really enjoy. I love my Steam Deck. I reckon it's fantastic. It's another reason why I thought about this topic for the video, purely because it's like, this thing is awesome. It feels great. It's got normal size thumbsticks and buttons, great triggers, back buttons, OLED screen, big, high resolution. Plays games. You can play your PC games on the go and go and play on your game tower and that when you get home. It's just like it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm just really interested to see where Nintendo are going to go with the Switch 2. I hope they do some non-Nintendo traditional things where it just comes down to like better infrastructure, better UI, just bring it up to line with just what the competitors are doing when it comes to being able to do the thing. Like I said before, achievements are a massive thing for me. I'm really enjoying doing platinum trophy runs on PS5 because I could see myself like buying games on Nintendo if they had an achievement system, because I'd be all about, doing the achievements, getting the 100%, getting the ultimate trophy or achievement or whatever they have you at the end. I find that really fun, especially like with first-party Nintendo games. But we just never had that. Nintendo's sort of reluctance to do it. It's been really frustrating. Like, I appreciate Nintendo beat to their own drum. They do what they want. They won't copy anyone necessarily, at least not obviously. But when it comes to just achievements, so that's a great idea. It's like a meta game outside of the game, which and you can show off say Mario Odyssey. If you've got all 900 moons, what an awesome achievement to show off. But you can't do that. It's very much a secluded thing that other platforms just seem to get right. And of course there's just performance. I hope they do a good job with actually making hardware that can last at least say 4-5 years, where you're not going to be playing at the highest fidelity. Even at launch, you're not going to be playing at the highest fidelity or the highest frame rate, but I hope there's a good middle ground where it is a good system for developers to make their games for. That'd be great. So I feel like I'm not asking that much. Honestly, all I want is like a really great friends list. Have all your friends there, be able to see what they're doing, message them, invite them to games, all of the stuff that all of the other platforms seem to have gotten right years ago. I want achievements. For goodness sakes, I want achievements. Hell, Nintendo, you can even do something where you do your own spin on it, you make it interesting. I don't know. You don't have to just copy PlayStation. PlayStation, I think, have done it the best. But all these years later, I'd like to see a metagame and achievement system on the Nintendo Switch, because it would actually draw people to buy games on your platform. It's another reason to not go elsewhere and play games elsewhere. I think it's just like kind of a no-brainer at this point. I know everybody doesn't care about it, especially Nintendo fans. They're always first to say like, "Oh, I don't care," but I feel like they might be people who don't play other platforms and haven't experienced it yet. Or you're somebody who has a PlayStation, you barely play on Switch, so you could give a shit whether there's achievements on here. But why I'm talking about it here is I want the Nintendo platform to be my favorite platform where I play 90% of my games. So that's where I'm coming at. And Street Pass or like a unique feature, one that encourages the portable aspect, adds features to third-party and first-party games, makes you interact in a different way. I think that'd be fantastic. So yeah, they're the three reasons that would really make me excited about Switch 2, apart from performance and whatever other sort of experiences and gimmicks and all of that they come up with. I think that'd be really cool. But now I'm going to throw it to you guys. I'd like to hear in the comments, what would you like to see on the Switch 2, and are you really excited about it? Are you a little bit on the fence, apart from just first-party games, a little bit reluctant to play all your third-party games on there? Love to hear from you guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video as well. And if you want to listen to these videos as an audio-only version, you can go over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and search the iDruby Gamescast, where I put these up as audio to listen into your car or whatever have you. I'd really appreciate you over there as well. But until next time, guys, happy gaming.